I am so excited. It is chili season. Well, it is almost chili season, and maybe it's chili season for where you are. I am in Arizona. We still have a few more weeks, but I am today going to make the best Texas chili that I have ever had, and it is not my recipe, so I cannot take credit. It is the recipe that came with my Brava. Now, those of you who follow me know I'm doing a rollout series right now of cooking with my smart kitchen appliances. And today I'm going to feature the Brava. So if you're here because you're considering purchasing one or you already have one, hopefully this can give you some more information on that.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW.
Welcome to the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. My name is Heather, and I am here to show you the easiest ways to get the best results in your kitchen. And I am focusing on smart appliances right now because, honestly, they are the easiest ways to get the best results. Now, the beautiful thing about this chili is I get to make it in my chef's pan. This is, oh my gosh, the most beautiful pan. Yes, it is actually quite heavy. It's cast iron, it's enamel coated. The quality is amazing, and that's probably why this chili is so good. It really is quite remarkable how this recipe comes together. So it's a multi-step process, but it is all programmed in the Brava, so I don't even have to think about it. We're gonna start with a couple of pounds of ground beef. Just plop that right into your Brava pan and spread it out a little bit. And if you are interested in more information about cooking with smart appliances, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell because you will be notified every time a new one comes out. And that way you can see the various devices I use, why I use them, and why you might want to consider them. Okay, once the ground beef is in there, and this is maybe my favorite part, you top it off with a ½ pound of diced up bacon. Just throw it all in there, and we are going to bake this together. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We are baking the bacon. What is it about bacon? It's not even cooked, and it smells fabulous. Okay, now that it is all in my pan there, I'm just gonna press it down just a little bit. And for this step, I leave it uncovered so the Brava can sear the meat and the bacon. And next up is to prepare the jalapenos, the garlic, there's a lot of garlic, and the onion. Okay, it is just about done with this first step, but while it's finishing up, I do want to take just a minute for those of you who are interested in maybe purchasing the Brava. Do I really like it? Okay, yes, I do. I actually love it. Now, I have had it for over 1.5 years now, and I use it all the time. In fact, here's how often I use it. It keeps a record, like most of these smart appliances, it keeps a record of when you cook with it and even what you've cooked with it. And I just got my report from last month that I used my Brava 36 times last month. So it keeps that record, kind of like if you have a Peloton. I have a Peloton. I would like to say that I used my Peloton 36 times last month, but I didn't. So I did use my Brava. I use it for all kinds of things. I do breakfast in it. They have this beautiful breakfast sandwich that's just so easy to put together. We use it for lunch. Even heating a frozen pizza is a piece of cake. It does not have to heat up. You just stick it in, you push the button, and then your pizza's ready. And dinner stuff, it cooks 2 or 3 things at the same time. I have this video up here showing that, and I highly recommend you check it out. I will put a link to the Brava down below if you want to pop on over to their website to check it out. So the short, long answer is I really, really do love it. I cook with it all the time. I will also say there is a little bit of a learning curve, just like all of these appliances. You just can't give up. You just have to kind of keep testing and keep going for it. The recipes that come loaded with it, with part of the plan that you get for the first 2 years for free, are truly amazing, which is why I'm making this chili. It is the best red chili that I have ever tasted, and I can't even take credit for it, but it's really that good. All right, time to pull it out and go on to the next step. Okay, so I will be the first to admit this looks a little funky. It is a ground beef and bacon loaf, for lack of a better word. The Brava does tell me exactly what to do next, so it's holding it at temperature while I do this next step, which is take this meatloaf. That's not really meatloaf, but you know what I mean. out of the pan. We're gonna break it up in just a few minutes, but for now I'm just taking it out so I can get the jalapenos and the onions in here. I know, it's kind of funky, isn't it? I was skeptical the first time that I tried this, but I've had it several times now and it's just absolutely delicious. Okay, so you set that aside for now. Next up, we're going to add this diced onion. It is just one onion in a small dice. And you add it right to the pan with the juices already in it. And next, this is just one jalapeno that I seeded and minced up. Now, the first time I made it with 2 jalapenos because you know me, I like it spicy, right? That was a little too much. It was a little hot. So I'm now following the recipe exactly as written, and it is just delicious. All you do is just mix this up and throw it back in the Brava. We are going to add the garlic in a little bit. It will beep and tell me when. Seriously, if you can see that, man, it is just onion and jalapeno in bacon grease. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, in it goes again, and it will beep when it's ready for the garlic. While the onion and jalapeno are sauteing away in there all by themselves, I'm gonna show you what you do with this meat and bacon. Basically, you just break it up with a fork into little bite-sized pieces. And you could do this when you add it back into the pan. I tried to do that once, but that pan gets very, very full with all of the other awesome ingredients. And by the way, don't go anywhere because I have a secret, although again, not my recipe, I didn't come up with it, but there's something in this recipe that makes it extra special. So it was too full to really break it up in the pan. So, and the recipe says, break it up separately into a bowl, which is what I'm doing. And that is it. We are going to add that back in just a little bit. Okay, holy cow, you should smell this. The onions and jalapenos have been fully cooked in that bacon grease. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, next we're gonna add the garlic. And of course, I love how they do that. They add the garlic separately so it doesn't burn with all the other stuff. And like I said, it's a lot of garlic. I have 8 large cloves of garlic in here. So that is what the recipe calls for. And next, I'm going to add the spices. It's just a mixture of chili powder, ancho chili powder, and cumin. And it's a fair amount. And just mix it all up, and we're gonna stick it back in the Brava for another 2 minutes. And those spices just really give it a very, very rich chili color to it. All right, back in for a couple of minutes, and then the rest of the amazing ingredients. Now, oh, that garlic, yes, it has a lot, but it smells so good. And it just cooked down. I'll lift it up so you can see it. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now we are going to add the rest of the stuff. A bottle of dark beer. I choose Guinness, love Guinness. And that just adds this whole extra layer of complexity to this chili. So you just pour it right in and save a little bit for the chef. You know, the chef does have to taste things along the way, so nothing wrong with tasting my Guinness. All right, next up, this is a can. Well, it's actually not a can because I made these from dry in my Instant Pot. You guys probably know I'm a big fan of that. Here is a link to the recipe for doing pinto beans from dry to done in your Instant Pot. So this is equivalent to about a can, which is about 1.5 cups. Now, some people do not like beans in their beef chili. I personally do, so I'm keeping them in there. And then I have a cup of beef broth, which actually for some reason looks like chicken broth, but I promise you it's beef broth. This is a large can of crushed tomatoes. I would suggest getting very high quality tomatoes because the taste really does matter. A little bit of pepper, of course. And I put a couple of pinches of salt in right now. I will taste it later to see if it needs more salt. And then finally, this wonderful concoction of bacon and beef. Now, remember when I told you it's full? It's full. So just stir it up. Oh my gosh. You guys, this chili is so good. Like seriously, if there's only one reason to buy a Brava, it might be this chili. And I'm sure it probably looks like there's a lot of in and out of the oven and it looks a little complicated. I am telling you, it is so easy. It is all pre-programmed in the Brava. So it really does just tell you what to do and take it out and add this and put it back in and add that. And then this last step is mixing it all together. And I'm going to cover it this time. And it actually stays in there for a fair amount of time. It'll cook it on low heat in this beautiful cast iron chef's pot for a couple of hours. And then it is the best chili ever. So back in the Brava it goes. And that's all there is to it. Let's check it out. Oh, if you could smell it, you would be salivating. There you have it. Texas chili. All right, as I stir it up to serve it, I would like to know, I've got two questions for you guys. One is, do you like beans in your meat chili? And the second one, what was the second one? Oh, and the second one is, what do you serve with chili? To me, this just screams cornbread, but I know a lot of you guys have some really, really fantastic suggestions. So put that in the comments below. Set this down and serve it up. I'll tell you what, every single ingredient in here smells delicious. I can smell almost every single one individually. It is just that good, that flavorful. Yes, I am making a mess, so just excuse that. Right down there. Here, I'll wipe it here. And I'm just going to top it with a little bit of cheese and sour cream. The other thing that is great on this is fresh jalapenos, but I am not kidding you. This does have a little bit of a kick. So I'll be very curious to taste this one that only has the one jalapeno. There we go. It's nice, red, chili, smells like chili. It's hot. That is perfect with one jalapeno. You can definitely feel the burn, but it's not going to overwhelm you. It is absolutely delicious. So thank you to Brava for having such an amazing, amazing recipe. And hopefully this video helped you if you're a little bit on the fence or if you're interested in getting a Brava. Hopefully showing you one of these recipes might help you make that decision. Thank you for watching the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. Happy cooking and happy eating. Oh, look at that cheese.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW.